Welcome to the night segment of the Web TV Corona Watch and our day 9 coverage of the lockdown in Lagos, FCT Abuja, Ogun State and other parts of the country. We also bring you updates on the impact of the coronavirus pandemic on the global, African and Nigerian economy. Here are the following COVID-19 updates. Globally, there are over 1.489 million cases, 87,000 plus deaths, 218,800 plus recoveries, and 1.083 million active cases. Africa has 10,692 active cases, with 535 plus deaths and over 1,996 recoveries. For Nigeria, the confirmed cases are 254 with 6 deaths and 44 recoveries. Now to the United States. Today, the United States of America awarded automaker General Motors Company a contract worth $489.4 million to make ventilators needed to treat severely sick coronavirus patients. The Department of Health and Human Services contract is the first for ventilator production under the Defense Production Act, invoked by President Donald Trump, to get companies to produce essential gear needed to fight the pandemic. GM will work with ventilator firm Ventec Life Systems to deliver 30,000 ventilators under the contract to the U.S. government by the end of August, with deliveries of the first 6,132 ventilators taking place by June 1st. Still on the American economy, the forced closure of businesses across the United States and surge in unemployment due to the coronavirus pandemic will force U.S. growth to contract by 30% in the second quarter and 5% overall in 2020. Pacific Investment Management Company PIMCO wrote today. In a blog post, Tiffany Wilding, a North American economist at PIMCO, wrote that evidence from the recent jobs report suggests the unemployment rate may rise as high as 20%. 30% contraction in growth in the second quarter will likely be followed by 2 quarters of recovery, Wilding wrote. While 2 quarters of contraction is shorter than the 4 recorded in the 2008 financial crisis, the depth of the shock is far greater. Quarterly contractions did not rise above 8% during that time. California-based PIMCO is one of the world's largest investment firms with $1.91 trillion in assets under management as at December 31st, 2019. And we move to the UK. Britain's economy and people's livelihood will take a hit due to the coronavirus outbreak, which has forced a lockdown of much of society. Finance Minister Rishi Sunak said today, adding that the government had taken the right steps to get through the crisis. According to him, this will have a significant impact on our economy, and not in an abstract way. It will have an impact on people's jobs and their livelihoods. Speaking further, he said, I believe we're doing the right thing. I can't stand here and say there isn't going to be hardship ahead. There is, but I'm confident we'll get through it. On to the tech space, the company shares closed down about 7.5% at $113.75 on Tuesday. Zoom, the company in question, has lost nearly a third of their market value since touching record highs in late March. Zoom CEO Eric Yuan last week apologized to users, saying the company had fallen short of the community privacy and security expectations and was taking steps to fix the issues. Zoom has been trying to plug security issues as it signs up millions of new users from across the world as people are forced to work from home after lockdowns were enforced to slow the spread of the coronavirus pandemic. However, the company is facing a backlash from users worried about the lack of end-to-end encryption of meeting sessions and Zoom bombing, where uninvited guests crash into meetings. On to Africa. The Africa Development Bank today announced the creation of the COVID-19 response facility to assist regional member countries in fighting the pandemic. The facility is the latest measure taken by the bank to respond to the pandemic and will be the institution's primary channel for its effort to address the crisis. It provides up to $10 billion to governments and the private sector. Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, president of the AFDB, said the package took into account the fiscal challenges that many African countries are facing at the moment. In Nigeria, the group managing director of the Nigeria National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Mr. Mele Kolokiari, in an interview today, speaking on the issues around subsidy, said, "We decided that fuel subsidy and under-recovery has to be stopped in any case. Subsidy is an elitist thing because it is the elites that benefit. They are the ones that have SUVs, 4 or 5 cars in their houses. The masses should be the ones to benefit." Speaking further, he said there are many things wrong with the under-recovery because we're supplying more than we need. We're supplying the whole of West Africa. Therefore, the under-recovery itself is so over-bloated because we're subsidizing the whole of the sub-region. That has to stop, according to him. We will be getting further updates on clarity on the subsidy steps taken by the NNPC. And that will be all for our Day 9 coverage of the WebTV Coronanomics Watch. You can visit our website, www.proshareng.com, to get more updates from our news stories and videos. You can also follow our social media platforms showing on the screen for further updates on our market reports. Till we come your way again, thank you for watching and stay safe.